With the first day of the Go Wild area, a new Pokemon is now available for the Open Great League for everyone, which is going to be GrimMSNARL, as well as Morgrim, which I want to see if I can make a video towards it as well still. But yeah, today we're going to take a look at GrimMSNARL. I got a solid one here. I had a weather boost all day. I didn't play the event that crazy much yet either, but hopefully a little bit more tomorrow as well. But yeah, today we're going to take a look at an interesting team. We're going to have a team here with GrimMSNARL, the Charjabug in the Say-Sub, and the Marowak in the back. And we're not running the normal moveset of GrimMSNARL, we're running a surprising moveset of GrimMSNARL. We are running the Power Punch. And this is the difference between GrimMSNARL and Morgrim that currently is there, which could give GrimMSNARL an edge over Morgrim, because otherwise Morgrim is just straight up better. But Morgrim doesn't learn Power Punch, and that's why I wanted to take a look at Power Punch GrimMSNARL today, and I have a very solid team around it. And the idea behind this team is you have your lead of GrimMSNARL using the shields, using Power Punch, trying to line yourself. That was the plan. And then you have a great core in the back of the Marowak, which is going to be able to counter those weaknesses of the Charjabug, especially like the rock types, or especially also, of course, the Bastion, which you can beat as well now with GrimMSNARL, thanks to having the charge move of Power Punch. But basically, you counter line the backline then, and you have a very good core in the back, as also your Charjabug is going to be able to counter those flying type Pokemon that your Marowak doesn't want to face, as well as the water type Pokemon that your Marowak doesn't want to face. And so, in theory, this team was fantastic. This team has a bit of one issue, basically, and that's Credilli. And I have to say, I know Credilli is the most common meta Pokemon. Absolutely, I'm fully aware of that. It's not the worst matchup generally, because if you have energy on Charjabug, you win. And if you have energy or legendary in neutral two-shot scenario with the Marowak and Credilli, that's also still fine. It's not the worst. What I encountered all the time was two things. It was either, for whatever reason, Shadow Mightyena lead with, I think, Wigglytuff Gastrodon or Wigglytuff Steelix in the backline, or I encountered Credilli lead. That's the only thing that I really encountered today. There was nothing else really. And so, it was a bit awkward, but here at least we're going to take a look at Wigglytuff trying to take a player off. Let's see if they're going to shield or not. I did some battles during the event already. I didn't really play the event that crazy much. I did get I think 6 Hundos, which is kind of nice as well. So yeah, that's kind of nice. I got a few shinies as well. I didn't get a shiny Impidimp. I didn't really get any of the chase ones that I kind of want, but maybe tomorrow I can see if I do a little bit more there. But anyway, what is my question for today is, how did your first day go? For I think most players right now, it's going to be just currently their first day. For some players, while watching this video, it's already their second day. And so I would love to know how many shades did you get? How many hunts did you get? Did you have a great time? I was mainly driving around for different reasons anyway. I was mainly catching with that. And with that, it's impossible to catch mighty Pokemon, which is a bit of a tough one for this event. But I think this event is great if you can just walk around, because I love mighty Pokemon. I think they're crazy cool. But yeah, anyway, let's take a look here now at the next opponent. There's going to be the Wigglytuff coming in. We're going to see the fast move coming through as well. The Swift is coming in as well here, and we're going to have now the Bone Club against the Mightyena. This is going to allow us to get some nice damage onto them, and we're going to move on to the next opponent, where we will see Mightyena coming in. We are going to have a very nice lead. We got a little bit of lag for the opponent, I guess, in the beginning. I can go for the Power Punch straight away to boost ourselves up. We get the shield even from the opponent as well. And then with that, they sub into their Wigglytuff as well. And again, as said before, I first faced this team, which I assume is going to be a YouTuber's team, because I encountered the entire time. Let me know down below if there is someone who will showcase this one, because I don't know, but I faced this team here basically non-stop. Or like generally for also the Credilli team that you're going to see, especially later on, if someone was showcasing that or whatever. But I did a total of 3 sets with this team, just to showcase on how good GrimMSNARL actually is going to be. And I feel like it's kind of showcasing quite a bit towards this Pokemon. Here we're going to be able to go ahead and go for a charge move. This is going to be the Power Punch coming through, not being enough to knock them out yet. I let the move go, and I hope that my Charjabug is going to be able to win this battle. Poison Fang is coming in, I sub out straight away, and they have the Steelix in the back. And we have at least Crunch on our Charjabug, which is already quite a good thing for us, because without the Crunch, we would be kind of walled here. We get the defense dropped straight away. I decide to use a shield straight. Oh no, I actually don't decide to use a shield straight away. I decided to go for the crunch and then hopefully use a shield then afterwards, because this is going to now allow us to get a lot of damage onto them. We still have a shield left. We need to go for an Exeter. And I assume that the opponent is going to try to catch a move. And so what I decided to do here is I decided to go ahead and go for the stop myself. And this was a mistake. If I just stayed in, I would have most likely been able to just farm on the Mightyena and win the battle. And that is unfortunate. That loses us the battle here now, but we can move on to the next opponent. We will face a Dunsparce. And here's the thing. The paradoxon of Power-Up Punch. Well, in theory, it is great to have a Dark type that can boost its own attack up and that has, here for example in those scenarios, a super effective damage coming in. Power Punch is a bad move. It is not a good move. You don't see it on any of the Pokemon. And I feel like Power Punch could be even a move that could like see a buff in the future. Honestly, I don't think this move is good at all currently. No one is running Power Punch. Power Punch is Rage Fist with no damage. It's I think 20 damage for the boost, while Rage Fist does the exact same but for 50 damage. And while I don't want Power Punch to be at that level, I feel like Power Punch needs a buff, and that is one of the biggest issues here as well. By the way, still why I decided to showcase this team here with this Pokemon, with this moveset, is mainly because I want to showcase hopefully tomorrow Morgrem, which has more bulk than Grimmsnarl. That is, it's just generally a better Pokemon than Grimmsnarl for the Open Great League, that has the normal moveset that Grimmsnarl currently would be able to run as well. What my intention here is to have the difference between today and hopefully tomorrow in terms of, yeah, what we can kind of expect from, yeah, generally here, the meta and how this Pokemon is going to work there, because again, Grimmsnarl is worse than Morgrem, the pre-evolution, and so I would like to see on how good Morgrem is tomorrow. Here we see the full farm run from the opponent. It actually doesn't matter. I should have maybe went for a fast move, because then I would have been able to get the farm run done. But we still survived the city anyway, and the opponent is going to have in the back still there for Relegator. We can go for the rock side, which is generally doing more damage. And with that, we're actually going to be able to win. So a good game to the opponent. Guzzy was in the lead. Very solid lead generally. And here's one thing that I want to talk about Grimmsnarl. I do think that Grimmsnarl in the future is going to be strong. Honestly, I do think that Grimmsnarl is going to be one of the strongest Pokemon later on, like one of the squishy strongest Pokemon later on. But this is going to take a community day. Why? Because Grimmsnarl has the signature move Spirit Break, which is a fairy type charge move that drops the opponent attack in Pokemon Go most likely guaranteed by one stage. And if this one here, Grimmsnarl, gets access to a move like this that maybe is either 40 or 35 energy, even 45 energy is going to be fine, and a fairy type move that does damage and then has a secondary effect, Grimmsnarl is going to be better. The issue currently with Grimmsnarl are two things. You need kind of play rough in terms of having coverage, because you kind of want to have like at least a bit of coverage with that, but foul play is in such an awkward spot. Foul play is a move that is only 40 energy, which is great, but only 40 energy with Sucker Punch means it needs 6 fast moves. And for the current meta, that is too slow. So as soon as this Pokemon gets a better and quicker charge move, it would be honestly not bad. But like we have here a Pokemon with Grimmsnarl that has an alright typing. I wouldn't say it's amazing typing. I think Dark and Fairy is cool. I think it's very nice offensively. But if you cannot use your offenses in the way where you kind of want to have it, it doesn't really help you either, does it? Like that's the main issue here that I have with it. I feel like that Grimmsnarl cannot utilize the typing's real advantages at all. Yes, with Sucker Punch you have one of the best fast moves in the game, but you need to have a cheaper charge move, and you need to get fast to fairy type coverage in order for this Pokemon to have any chance, or give it better like coverage moves generally. But here we're going to see, for example, the matchup against a Typhlosion, a Pokemon that is going to be able to, yeah, shield up our move here, and I decided to go for the full farm down. Why did I not go for the Power Punch, you might think? Because I would not be able to knock them out with it from that range yet. I am forced to go for the full farm down, and now I have the player off, which is boosted and goes up against yet another Credilli. Credilli is basically everywhere right now, which is fine. In the meta itself, it is everywhere. It is the most common Pokemon. Before people are going to be like, oh, he's complaining to face Credilli. No, I am aware that Credilli is the most common Pokemon you will face in the Go Battle League currently. It's the main reason why Scissor is so broken right now as well, because if you face a Credilli doesn't like it. But yeah, we don't have Scissor in this team. And to be fair, I don't think Scissor would have worked here either. I feel like we kind of need the Pokemon that we have right now. But as you will see here as well, the Exeter is coming through against the Jellicent. They caught the move here, which was spot by them. But yeah, as you're gonna see here, they're gonna slick it to another charge move. This is going to be a Grass Knot coming our way, but it's going to be enough to knock out our Shadow Marowak yet. And with it, we're going to be able to go for the full Farm Run against the opponent. That is going to be great. In comes the Jellicent. We're just going to be able to now go for the KO here as well, and we can move on to the next opponent, where we will face the Hippowdon in the lead. Not really the Pokemon that you would expect here, most likely. But yeah, Hippowdon is going to go up against us here. Hippowdon is going to be a Pokemon that you don't really see, like, at all. Like, Hippowdon is not really a Pokemon that you would ever really see. In the Open Great League, at least, there was recently a special cup where this Pokemon was a bit more prominent, but this, is not really the case in the Open Great League. As you'll see here, though, we're going to be able to go for the Power Punch, and we see as well that we're not going to be able to knock him out with it. And again, there is the same old issue that GRIMMSNARL with Power Punch is not good. Like, full stop here, we are going towards the end of the video. GRIMMSNARL itself has a lot of potential. GRIMMSNARL itself is with Foul Play most likely better than Power Punch currently. I do agree with that. But I still want to take a look at least at this moveset here again, as the same reason I said earlier. It's just that I want to see on how this moveset works, because on paper Morgrim is just a better version of this Pokemon anyway, so there's no point of really trying out GRIMMSNARL with Foul Play if you can have Morgrim with Foul Play. But yeah, this moveset itself, the Power Punch, it did not really work out that well. Like, it honestly did not work out that well. There are going to be some scenarios, of course, where it's going to help you out, where attack boost is going to help you out. But in order for this one to work, you actually would have needed to have more damage output with it. And honestly, I do think that maybe Power Punch with 50 damage wouldn't be that bad. I honestly don't think it would be that bad for the meta. But yeah, as you can see as well, there's going to be now a Dusknoir surviving, of course, with 1 HP, allowing them to knock us out here with a Shadow Punch. And we have now our Marowak farming them down. But at the same time, Corviknight is going to be able to reach a charge move just one turn before us and knocks us out with it. So good game to the opponent, and we can move on to the next one, where we will face Credilli. Honestly, you didn't see most likely all of the battles with it as well. I had to cut down a bit because I don't want to make it too long, especially for a Pokemon like this, where I can tell you again, honest opinion, it doesn't really work out that well. I don't think that this one is that great. I do still think, and again, you're going to see it most likely tomorrow, hopefully, that Morgrim is going to have a little bit more play than this thing. But at the current stage, I don't think that this is a great Pokemon right now to use. And it just kind of is telling. Like, I didn't go positive with this team. I didn't. I think I went a total of, I don't know, I think like 6 and 9 or something with it, which is not nice there as well, which is, yeah, generally negative. And I'm totally honest with you about that as well, because I don't think that GRIMMSNARL is a great Pokemon in the current meta. This being said, I do think even in the current way, with the current moveset, I could see that GRIMMSNARL has a lot of potential in limited metas. And so it's going to be something that we kind of will most likely take a look at as well throughout the next season. It is not allowed for the next cup. It's not allowed for the LAAC Cup, which I looked into today already as well. You're going to see a video towards it mostly tomorrow, as maybe, depends, either tomorrow or on Monday. And yeah, I will do 2 videos towards the new cup, because it's a very new cup that is very important that we know a little bit more towards as well. And I made an analysis already, record everything towards it already, and I have the top teams written down already, so definitely stay tuned for that. And of course, if you want to support the channel, the best way is just to, subscribing to this channel. This would help me out a ton. Anyway, yeah, this is going to be the final battle. And again, I can already tell you here for this team that if I would need to go by the star ranking that I started recently as well, it would be 1 out of 5. It is alright. It is not 0 out of 5. Like, you can still play with it, but it is very tough to play with this team. It is not a team that I would recommend anyone to use if they want to climb. I don't think that GRIMMSNARL has a lot of play in this meta, and still, I do think it's worth it to get yourself a good Impotemp, but maybe leave it either as a Morgrim and then fully powered up, or go ahead and keep them in your storage and wait until a community day, and then you're prepared. Because a community day is going to be coming for this Pokemon. I assume somewhere even next year, could very well be the case. Because I think it's a very nice and like even a fan favorite Pokemon kinda. I think it kinda is a Pokemon that a lot of people really enjoy and like. But yeah, it just needs that one update. It just needs basically a cheaper charge move in Spirit Break, that drops the opponent's attack there, and it would be such a good Pokemon because then it's also going to get some artificial bulk, which it desperately needs for the Go Battle League. And yeah, I think it would be way better. Here we're going to have a draw at the end. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then.